Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Comstock's channel, accelerating the commercialization of decarbonization. Joining to discuss with some incredibly pivotal news today, Corrado, the CEO, is always joining. Welcome back, sir.
Thanks, Kyle. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
Always a pleasure to get back on. So I want to dive into this because Comstock secured 325 million in term sheet for investments in real estate sales, which is incredibly pivotal. Probably a little bit hard for the market to digest right now, but do you want to break this down for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been trying to sell our non-mining, non-core assets, frankly, for over a year. And we got engaged with, a great capital source. And we actually came to agreement on selling uh, our commercial and industrial real estate, it has nothing to do with any of our three businesses or our plans for $50 million. That in itself is just a staggering achievement. We expect to have a deposit, within the next 2 weeks, and then we will have a closing within 60 to 70 days. So we're very, very excited about that. But in that process of engaging that real estate sale, we brought in the relationship and started talking about some direct investments right into our operating subsidiaries. As you know, Comstock is decarbonizing, but we're doing it with low carbon fuels, Comstock Fuels, decarbonizing recycling of critical minerals, that's Comstock Metals, and then our legacy business, Comstock Mining. And so the skinny is, in addition to that $50 million, we had commitments to invest 275 million, breaking down to 22 million into Comstock Metals, for about 20% of the company, 50 million into Comstock Mining for about 40% of the company, and 200 million into Comstock Fuels, also for about 40% of the company, which puts a pre-money valuation on just those three lines of businesses alone at $450 million. So it was quite an extraordinary effort, took a lot of due diligence, took a lot of engagement, but we couldn't be more thrilled to announce those commitments.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are sitting in an incredibly pivotal space right now. Comstock also announced the second quarter 2024 results and corporate updates in line, with securing that 325 million term sheet. So maybe kind of give us some operational updates. What
Yeah,
are you focused on? What investors are focused on here?
absolutely. I'll segue it. I'll segue it right with those capital commitments because, starting with the first one, in $22 million into Comstock Metals, we just commissioned our demonstration scale facility. We got intake of solar panels coming in rapidly, and we were able to prove the recycling of all of those materials so that 100% of the glass that we reuse, we sell, 100% of the metals that we reuse, we sell. And then we even have a mineral rich fine that is surprisingly very, very high in silver. So that $22 million commitment allows us to build our first three industry scale facilities. Those three facilities will do 100,000 tons each. And that literally translates to 50 million of revenue per facility, 150 million of revenue, and 80% cash margins. So you're throwing off 120, $130 million of cash. It's remarkable in its profitability. So that capital was key to accelerating the speed at which we could deploy those businesses. We already have a full demonstration facility up and running, and now we're looking to deploy three more facilities over the next 3 years. So that's Comstock Metals. Comstock Mining, we upgraded our mine plan. We got a little help from our friends, gold and silver pricing there. Silver, I think, pushing $30 an ounce, and gold just shredding right through $2,400 an ounce. Well, we updated our mine plans and remarkably show a $250 million net free cash flow from a 6, 7 year mine life. And so that $50 million cash commitment allows us to drill out the rest of the mine, finalize the engineering of the mine plan, and put that mine into production as well. So we've got two cash machines excitingly coming online now. And the last one, which is fuels. And in fuels, Kyle, our claim to fame has been that we validated that we can produce over 100 gasoline gallon equivalents from one tried ton of waste wood. So take waste wood, 100 gallons of gas. Just recently, we had a breakthrough that increased that 100 to 125. And then we announced yesterday, effectively, a very mature bolt-on technology that captures the carbon dioxide emissions and converts it to about 25 more gallons. So we could literally do 150 gallons. And that's saying a lot because When we were doing 100, we were double our next closest competitor, and we just extended that lead by a whole magnitude, right? So an order of magnitude. So what that 200 million will do is 150 million will deploy our first demonstration commercial facility. It will be profitable. It'll take in 50,000 tons a year and do over 5 million gallons. That's to show everybody how this thing works, larger scale, and then build 3 industry scale facilities at 1 million tons each. So we've basically capitalized the company to commercialize all 3 lines of businesses to profitability and then beyond. So I think it's probably a lot for the market to digest. Probably some people think, that that's too good to be true given our market cap, but it's true. I've spent a tremendous amount of time directly with the capital source, proof of funds, diligence models. I mean, it's really gratifying for us to hit this milestone, and even more enjoyable now to take these businesses over the finish line.
On that note, we'll pass it off to the viewers. As always, we'd love to know what you think in that comment section below, and consider subscribing as news catalysts come down the wire like this. Of course, we'll bring it to you here. But on the note, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.